Breaking news out of Washington. Former President Donald Trump has announced that no SNAP benefits will be paid until the government reopens, directly defying a lawful federal court order. Let that sink in. 42 million Americans rely on these benefits to eat, and tonight that lifeline has been frozen. We are talking about a move that could starve millions of families, not because of lack of funds, but because of political standoff. And now, by refusing to follow the court's directive, Trump is essentially saying, until I get what I want, the people don't eat. SNAP, the Supplementary Nutrition Assistance Program, feeding the working, the poor, the elderly, the disabled, the millions of children. It's not a luxury, it's food, it's survival. And that's not negotiation, that's not strategy. It's using hunger as a leverage, a move that turns the stomach of every decent American who believes leadership means responsibility. Let's be clear about what this means. A lawful court order was issued to keep SNAP payments flowing, even during the shutdown. But the response from Trump's defense, he's not pausing a policy, he's challenging the rule of law itself. No president, no matter who they are, is supposed to stand above the courts. Yet here we are, watching a man publicly refuse to obey a federal mandate, and at the cost of a decision that is measured in empty plates and hungry children. 42 million people, that's not just a number, that is the face of your neighbor, your co-worker, your classmate, your grandparents, your friends. Those veterans who served this country are now standing in food bank lines, wondering if tomorrow's meal would ever come. And for what? For a political point, for a public show of strength, and for power. This isn't leadership. It's economic cruelty dressed as control. Every hour this continues, families across America are checking their cards and seeing zeros. Parents are skipping meals so their children can eat. Seniors are rationing what is left of the pantry, and all of it could have been avoided simply by obeying the law. But instead, a court order has been tossed aside, and when you ignore the courts, you get to treat the law as optional. You're not leading the government anymore. You're testing how far you can push democracy before it breaks. Let's not pretend this is normal. We've seen shutdowns before, we've seen hardline politics before, but we've never seen a moment where an American leader openly chooses to defy a lawful court and lets tens of millions go hungry to prove a point. This isn't about party lines, it's about power without restraint, about a government turned into a weapon against its own people. And if this is allowed to stand, what's next? If food aid can be blocked in the defense of the George order, what else can be shut off tomorrow? Healthcare, pensions, or disaster relief? Once the law becomes optional for those in power, no American is truly safe. That's why this moment matters, because this isn't just a fight about funding. It's a fight about the foundation of the law itself. 42 million Americans hungry, waiting, watching, their lives hanging in the balance of a standoff that should have never happened. We are witnessing the weaponization of hunger, a calculative move to force submission by starving the vulnerable. It's brutal, it's reckless, and it's wrong. The silence from Washington is deafening. This is the time for accountability, for every lawmaker, every court, and every citizen to stand up and say enough. Food is not a bargaining chip. The law is not the suggestion, and leadership is not about punishing the people you swore to serve. This isn't about politics anymore, it's about humanity. Trump's refusal to pay SNAP benefits could stop 42 million Americans. This isn't a policy debate, it's a national emergency. Until those benefits are restored, until the courts are respected, and until hunger stops being used as leverage, no one should look away, because this right here is the price of unchecked power, and people who will pay it are the ones who can least afford to. Stay alert, stay informed, stay loud, because silence in moments like this is very nonsense.